getting hit in the face is something that I don't really like happening to me.
There'll be people in the comments go, "Oh, I'd give my right arm. I'd give anything to be there." Yeah, all right.
Until you live that life, yeah.
Until you live it, and then you wouldn't want it. And it now takes 18 minutes to make their bloody coffee. Well, all I want's a cappuccino. I'm going to put them tight in on the camera.
Unwritten rule of the practice room, by the way, guys. When people are getting ready to do the bull-up, everyone else stops.
Here we are, Matt. Episode 67 with the New Look podcast. And you got pink up today. You're looking pink in the background. Very nice.
Yeah, just change the colour a little bit. I used the blue quite a lot, so I thought, you know what, we'll set the ambience. Christmas is coming, so we'll slowly transition to red. Or green.
Or green, yeah, okay. Right, it feels like this is a stacked podcast. There's lots to talk about, obviously, from the Grand Slam to kick it all off. I know I saw a lot of it. I know you were in and out, weren't you? You were dipping in and out of it. Seems like lots to talk about. And on my list, Michael Smith's on it 3 times. He drew blood. Like, you know, that's not something that we say very often. Oh, darts player draws blood. You know, I mentioned this to you, didn't I, by text, and you had a take on how that had happened. Didn't you say something about he does that?
Oh, yeah, he does it with his dart, yeah. So
yeah, I've never seen him do it. I've never noticed it.
He scratches his head with his dart, like he's done it for years, but he's never like got it where he's probably just done it. But yeah, it's like Taylor used to bite his flights and things like that, didn't he? It's that sort of thing. Do you know, I think I might even done it a few times where you just hold the flights and you just like rub the dart of your thing. He's obviously, you know, when adrenaline's going through the body, I don't think this is an intention to self-harm by any stretch of the imagination. Like some of the media outlets are on there, you know, and by now he would have had conversations or people would have checked in on him now within the industry to make sure that everything's okay. That's what the PDPA would have done straight away. They would have already have done some form of assessment or risk assessment to make sure everything's okay there. This was just purely he was scratching his head as he does in a game, and the adrenaline's going through the body, which means that you don't feel things as such. This is how you get away with doing wrestling or boxing, getting punched in the face and carrying on like nothing's happened, because the adrenaline carries you through. And this is all that was. He's probably not feeling anything. He's just scratching his head out of it, and he's just gone a little bit too deep. That's how I see it, and I hope I am correct in that assessment.
Are you a smacker? Are you I'm mad at myself, I'll slap myself on the thigh or something, or not? Do you a bit more laid back?
No, I find that with that, you're only losing even when you're winning. Like if you are winning that fight, you're actually losing it still at the same time because you're beating yourself.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I'm never, you know, I'm getting hit in the face is something that I don't really like happening to me. So I don't want to do it to me.
No, I've got to say, I did it once. I smacked myself on the back of the hand and then realized that's a really sensitive area, not somewhere where you want to be whacking yourself. Never done it since.
I mean, just for the record, right, Andy, if you ever want punching in the face, I'm more than willing to do it for you. Just
no problem. You'll step up, will you? You'll step up to that.
I'm your mate. I'll help you out. If you ever want punching in the face, you just let me know. I know exactly how to punch you in the face without a KO or anything, so you'll be absolutely fine.
I'll take it on the chin, as they say. Right. Still, Michael Smith using new, old darts. Don't know if you spotted it. He had a new set of darts, and they looked like his old ones that he won the World Championship with, in my eyes. Now, they weren't. They're clearly not those. But I think he's got some new darts coming. It looked like he changed them. It looked like he was going to have a bit of a run. Obviously, he'll probably be pleased that he got in the slam, then that he got out of the group and what have you. So a decent. But I've got to talk about the Dobie last leg. Did you see it?
The eight missed darts?
Deciding. It was. I've never seen anything like it. It was like me and a mate down the pub. Honestly, it was literally like Was it something like they both had 15 winning darts, and until
I think
Michael
it was
finally
20
hit
missed
it?
between them. But do you know
Yeah, it
what,
was.
right? I'm putting this down to something different. I'm putting this down to two things. One, Michael Smith not being in that position for a while and what it
Yeah.
means to Michael Smith. We saw emotionally what it meant to Michael Smith in his interviews after some of his games. And for Dobie's side of things, I'm going to put this down to respect because he appreciates what Michael Smith's going through. He appreciates the quality Michael Smith's got, and he probably wants to see him do well, just not at his own expense. And with that, there'd have been a lot of conflict and emotion in that moment that ultimately festered in a couple of missed doubles.
And I was going to ask you exactly that, Matt. Do you think Dobie got embroiled in the emotions of it all?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've all done that. When you're playing your mate, or you've got somebody you've got a lot of respect for, and they're struggling, and somehow you kind of feel like, oh, I wish they were playing a bit better. And then after the game, you're like, why wasn't I ruthless? Why didn't I just take him out and then say sorry afterwards? But sometimes your emotions get the better of you, don't they? And you get involved. And clearly that's what happened to Dobie. He was getting involved at the end.
100%. And do you know what? I think sometimes not our listeners. Our listeners are hardcore darts fans. That's why they're here listening to a darts podcast. But sometimes the darts audience are a bunch of idiots in the fact that they don't really know what they're talking about. In the fact of if someone misses one match dart and they go, "Oh, he's bottled it," he's bottled it because he missed one match. And you're telling me that someone bottling something is something that you expect to happen. So are you telling me this guy's 100% on his doubles because he's underperformed to bottle it? So if we go, right, well, Chris Dobie's seasonal stats on finishing is 37%. It's somewhere around there. So if we say he's around about 37%, that means he's about 1 in 3. So once he goes to missing 3 match darts, he's around about on type. Once he goes to missing 6, now we're starting to say there's something going on here because this is out of the norm. And when we're going to double digits, we're going, this is way beyond. Not missing 1 or 2. That's not that's not emotional. That's just statistics. He is not expected to hit this dart. He's expected that he needs 3. He's expected he needs 2.5, whatever that may be. It's only when you go over that you can start talking about emotion come into play. And we got to the point where the performance didn't replicate what it normally is by significant data. So that's where we can say on this occasion, something else was playing its part.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was great to watch. It was so, the drama. But yeah, very interesting. We've done lots of videos this week, and we've probably done one on what I'm going to mention now. But I'm seeing this so much more, and I want to get your take on it on the podcast. 134 starting on treble 18. I'm not a fan. It's not made it into my rant of the week, but I'm not a fan. 54 is a target you don't throw out as often as 60. Then you've got to hit 2 tops. I just don't like it. I think the odds... look, I'm not a professional dart player anymore. When I was, the odds of me hitting 54, 40, 40, I don't know, less than 1 in 10. Less than 1 in 10, even when I was a pro dart player.
Which is why you only played in 1 UK Open and about 3
that's
Pro
not the point
Tours.
I'm making, and you know it damn well isn't. But the odds of me in 60, 60, 14, much better odds. So, give your view to the listeners. Are you a fan of this new way of, you start with the treble and then you go 2 doubles?
The thing I don't like about it is treble 18, out the board, 20. Now I've left 60. So I've got to burn another dart. So you end up wasting 2 darts where you're not throwing. So that's my concern with that way. And that's why I've never been a fan of the double-double. Because you miss the board.
Yeah.
And you end up missing. Certainly the one I hate. And I call it the overly aggressive route, which is something I'm seeing coming now, where people have 3 darts and they go for tops with 3 darts.
Oh.
You missed the board. Oh, now I've got to be
Now what I'm
perfect.
going to do, yeah.
Oh, now I've got 20. Oh, I can't finish now. Like, I don't like it on 3 darts, but
Yeah.
it's something that's coming more and more
It's
in.
almost like this is the modern way of doing things, and it's gone a bit too far for me. And I'm sure we're going to see more of it. And I even saw it the other day when the opponent wasn't on a finish. He's going 1-3-4 on 54, and the opponent's not even on a finish. That's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But anyway, what else from the Grand Slam? So this has bugged me a little bit, and I want to know if you ever did it. So it's become a thing, hasn't it, to give you flights and stems away? I don't even know when that started. It wasn't around when you were playing, I don't think. I don't think people go, oh, Matt, can I have your flights? You know, I don't know whether it was or it wasn't. But losers giving away their flights. Now, I get it if you're on the front row and Luke Littler's just won the Grand Slam and he's taking his stems out. Oh, yeah, brilliant. I've got Luke Littler's flight here from when he won the Grand Slam. Oh, that's an interesting topic. As opposed to, I've got Ross Smith's flight here from when he lost in the first round. Right, mate. What are you going to do with that? Is it signed? No, he just chucked it out to the crowd. Right. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I've got an old cigarette butt in the back. It's about the same. Yeah. Losers giving away flights. Who wants them? I don't know why people want them.
I think that's where your cynicalness or where you sort of slip into the Dave with his orange cordial a little bit, because let's think of a really good example here. So the Rumble in the Jungle.
Okay.
If you could have the boots of the person who lost that fight, would you want them?
Yes, because they'd be worth a lot of money.
So the monetary value takes over your sentimental value of the object.
Yeah, because I'm not really a massive boxing fan.
But you'd want them, even though you're not a boxing fan. So imagine you are a Ross Smith fan. I think what you're doing here is playing down the individual, and rightly so, playing down the individuality of the individual player. Like, that guy's not a star. The moment's bigger than him. And that's how darts is presented. So you're right in that sense. Darts isn't presented in the sense of, we've got 8 players playing tonight, and every one of them has their own different fan base, like a football club. It doesn't happen like that. Darts is the winner. Darts is what people go out for. People go out to the darts to have a pint, to have a cheer, to dress up like a banana and do their thing. They don't go out for Ross Smith, Mike Dedeker. Maybe now Luke Littler is becoming that, where people go, I want to go Luke Littler's on that night. But you don't go out and buy a ticket because an individual is on. So in that sense, you are absolutely right.
But for me, I'm a golf fan. I'm trying to relate it to golf now, man. I'm a golf fan, as you know. Justin Rose, one of my favourite players, right? English player, top 10 in the world. If he tees off the first hole and knocks the ball straight over the fence, he's knocked it out of bounds, it's in a field. Do I want that ball? No. If he goes and wins the tournament and throws his ball to the crap, do I want that ball? Yes.
Okay.
That's kind of, I don't
but if
want
you're
the
there,
losing.
If you're there and you watch him strike that ball and it goes off, and you've gone there with your mates and you've had this great day, and this ball, from this moment that you've all engaged in and shared together, this ball is going to symbolize that moment. I remember when you shanked that one. Look, I've got the ball for that. It's right there.
I don't know. It's maybe it's just
As
me.
a collector, I fully get it. If you're there on the night and you've got that memento and that thing to take away, it doesn't matter about the result. I got this memento on the night that we all went to the Grand Slam.
Okay. Maybe we're slightly different on that one. A couple more things I want to talk about. Humphreys is considering skipping all 34 Players' Championships.
Yeah.
And for once, you know me, I like to have a strong opinion on everything. I'm not called Alosh Andy for no reason. I kind of see both sides of this for once. I get it. Imagine he's thinking, wow, 34 tournaments I don't have to go to. I'm not that bothered about playing in the Players' Championship finals. I don't need to. I'm number 2 in the world. I'll get my ranking points from the majors. I don't need to go. That's more time with my family. It's less traveling. It's less living out of a suitcase. The other side of me says, hang on a minute. This is what made you. This is what got you into all these tournaments. This is what got you to a certain level. This is televised now to a point. You're letting the fans down a bit. You're not going to be in the Players' Championship finals, TV event. That's my take. What about you?
It's not just what it looks like on the tin, is it? I mean, let's look at it this way. European Tour event. Fly out Friday, play Saturday, play Sunday, potentially late Sunday night, fly back through the night or Monday. Some Pro Tours are on Monday. If not, they're on Tuesday, Wednesday. So you fly back, you go straight to the Pro Tour, you're there, Premier League on Thursday, Euro Tour back on the Friday. When does he get to take his children to school? When does he have that time in the week? And he doesn't need to. As you've said, he doesn't need the Pro Tour. He might do a couple. I'm confident he'll do a few, just try and get into Minehead. Just do enough, get in the top 64. That'll do me. Thanks for coming. He's not going to play them all. And I agree 100% because it's not just 34 events. It's 34 events plus a travel day. So it's more like 51 events. 51 days, should we say, out of 365-day year, plus everything else, including the World Series, the Premier League, the European Tour, the majors, everything else that's coming with that as well. So if he can get 51 days back, absolutely do that. What's he going to lose on the rankings? And what he does lose on the rankings, if he does drop down, then he's got 34 events free, defending nothing, where he can get himself back up the rankings again. So if he doesn't have a great year, right, okay, next year I'll do that. I'll get myself back up because I've got all these Pro Tour events that are free money. So I think it's a win-win all round.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement. You can't get that family time back. And darts, the problem with darts now is there is no off season. Again, you look at golfers, they have 2 or 3 months a year when there's no tournaments. Spend that time with your family. And yeah, okay, I'm going to have to graft for 9 months. Darts is 52 weeks, and you're absolutely right. If you're playing Premier League, you can be doing 7 consecutive days and then another 7 consecutive days. So I get that. That's no fun. There'll be people in the comments go, "Oh, I'd give my right arm. I'd give anything to be there." Yeah, all right.
Until you live that life, yeah.
Until you live it, and then you wouldn't want it.
It's easy to stand on the outside and judge, but listen. Don't judge people that are saying these things. Listen to them. Because
go on, sorry.
Because it's not the case of being unappreciative. The people that get there love darts, and they're there because they've dedicated their life to darts beyond what anybody else has done. So listen to these people when they're telling. Don't judge them. Don't go, "Oh, well, I'd love to be in that position." You would love to be in that position because of the position you're in at the moment. But I guarantee you, if you're in that position, it's not as glorious as you think it is.
Yeah, totally agree. And the last point I want to make, and this might be a bit controversial, I don't know. It wouldn't be like me, would it? But I started, because I watched so much of the Grand Slam, I'm almost turning into you. I'm going to be stato soon. I'll still never get the quizzes right, but I'll be learning all the stats. I started watching the angles now that we're getting from the cameras are brilliant. We're seeing much more than what we used to see. And I started watching players' throws because I knew we were going to be doing our new series of Rate My Throw Pro Edition coming very soon on the main Mission YouTube channel. So I'm watching throws, and they're showing side on, and they're showing from behind, and how the darts flying through the air. And I'm going to watch this. I'm going to really. So to cut a long story short, I picked out the flight of a dart that I considered was the best that I'd seen in the Grand Slam. I picked out a player that I thought I would love to throw a dart like that. I would love to do a fitting for somebody and his dart flew like that. Any idea who you think I might have picked?
Possibly quite a few. Someone you enjoy the flight of the dart for.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be somebody that I like as a player. It doesn't have to be somebody that
mission player
like.
or not mission player.
No, non-mission player.
Okay.
Nothing to do with how he stands up. I'm just literally following the flight of the dart and thinking, I love the way that has flown, the way that is landing. That's good. And he's a top 10 player in the world.
Oh, Johnny Clayton.
No, it was actually Michael Van Gerwen. And I kind of surprised myself because I'm not a fan of his stance. There's too much lean. But when I actually watched the flight of his dart and how it landed, I'm like, I don't recall it being that good in the past. I don't recall watching it and thinking, wow, that's amazing. I think he's going to win something. I think something's changed. We know his personal circumstances and all that. I think something has changed either in his throw and he is delivering the dart. I really like it. So I'm going to stick my neck out now. I'm going to say MVG does something in the next, 3 months is the biggie, isn't it?
Do you know what as well? I just looked on my whiteboard and I thought, oh, what? I've got a note on here. I've actually never said this yet, but this is interesting. Do you know Luke Littler? This is the sort of nonsense I have written on my whiteboard, like thoughts that could happen. If Luke Littler defends the Grand Slam, that'll be the first time he's defended a major title.
Yes.
So that's the first major title that Luke Littler's defended. Nonsense that I write on my whiteboard here in the office when I just sit and I have thoughts. And I just write them on here.
Yeah. Matt, it's mission product time. And you know that I've got lots of stuff I'm not to show because we've been teasing it on TikTok and we're going to tease it some more. I know you've got yourself one of these. This is coming out in January. This is the Force 90 case in slim, which basically it does what it says on the tin. Right? Let me get it in shot. Set of darts on one side, set a spare molded system on the other, and a little bit of room here and a zipper if you're one of them that likes to change your points, or maybe you want to put your cash in it, or something like that. I don't know. And I'm gonna go through the darts, and I'm not gonna go into depth with these like we do on TikTok and like we do on the main channel. I'm gonna go through them fairly quickly. I just literally want to show them to the people. Apologies now to our audio listeners. I know you can't obviously see these, which is why I'm going to do them quickly. I'm going to put them tight in on the camera. Oh, it helps if you put them in front of the camera. There we go. There's one.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about describing it so the audio listeners get a rough idea.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So
it's really compelling audio for the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, audio listeners. So the first one's kind of like all the weights at the front. It's silver and gold, and it's got an enlarged taper at the front.
I'd just say really grippy dart.
Second one, V-cut, which is unusual, with a purple scallop at the rear end. That's an interesting one, that one. Third one, I'm going to show my absolute favorite, and maybe some of our audio listeners will be like, oh, do you know what? I'll watch the video version this week. I want to see them darts. I've got to get this close in, Matt. Let me put my hand behind it.
This one's gorgeous. I don't know if the camera will do it. The camera won't do it justice.
No,
I can tell you now it's not working. It's not making it look as nice as it is.
It's coral coated, short, extreme taper at the front, and medium grip level. That's. I think it's called Black Onyx. I think I asked somebody. We got Ryan Meikle's new dart, as people will know. Ryan Meikle signed for us now. This is his new dart. Get close in. You can see it's got blue rings on it. It's a fairly standard ring dart with some blue rings at the back. Not a lot of grip. Then one of your favorites, I know. This is black, green, and silver ring dart with. Yeah, you like this, didn't you?
The camera's not doing it justice.
No, it's not. It's not, is it? Well, that's better. If I get really close, that's better. There we go.
It's a nicer dart than that looks, trust me.
Yeah, it is. And then my sort of second favourite, you called this sort of like a gilding dart, didn't you, really? It's kind of.
I think it's just because it was gold.
Yeah, it's gold. It's got micro grip on the front with a taper, and then it's got extreme sort of pixel grip on the back, sort of golden bronze. And then last one, and then we will move on. This is, we called this Tiger, I think, or something like that. It's kind of orange and black, but with a horizontal cut at the front and then extra rings at the back. So there you go. That's loads of new stuff, and we will do this as a section when there's new mission stuff to show. You will be the first piece. Can't speak, Matt. You'll be the first people to see this on the podcast. I need a summer holiday destination. Can somebody give me one, Matt? I need to book a holiday for next summer, and I don't know where to go because everywhere I look, it's 40 degrees and I can't cope with it. I'm fair-skinned. I can only go away in the summer holidays when I don't have my daughter because she's with her mum. So I need somewhere to go. And you're probably going to say Skegness. You're like, Skeggy's great in the summer.
What section of the podcast are we on at the minute? Is that of interest?
This is just other chat. Matt.
Other chat, right? Okay.
It's just me and you talking about whatever we want, not darts related. I normally introduce the categories in Rate My Hockey, so you know where we're up to, you know. But yeah, I need a summer holiday destination. If somebody can give me somewhere, I don't want to go 10 hours away. Somewhere not that far from England where it's nice and warm, but it's not 40 degrees. Yeah, that's better. You're in focus now. If anybody can give me an idea for that, that'd be great because I really haven't got a clue where to go. I'm not doing the Canaries anyway. It's way too hot. South of Spain, it's way too hot. I can't do it. So I need somewhere and I want recommendations. So there you go. I've asked for it.
Well, I'm going to let me put some out there, Andy, and say that this has to be the most boring segment of the podcast in 2025. Where should Andy go on holiday?
Yeah, I need help. Clearly. I've
told you that now. For the last 2 years I've been working with you. You need help. You've been ignoring me.
What's been going on in your world outside the darts world, Matt? That's what this segment's all about.
There's a world outside the darts world?
What has Matt been getting up to that's not darts related?
This time of year, not a lot. It's all darts this time of year.
You must have been away and paid £7 for parking, or you must have been to, like, that'll be referenced again, won't it? Week. Nothing going on.
Every
nothing
week,
going on in the Edgar world.
No,
not any fancy food.
Not really. Just
no.
I was up with you filming for a few days. That's about it, really, isn't it? Like,
there you go.
I've not been to any toy fairs or anything. I'm going one on Sunday. I'm going to a gaming fair in Doncaster.
There you go.
So
So tell us what that is.
It's a gaming fair in Doncaster. What do you think a gaming fair is? Like, you go there, you buy games, and
so is it board games? Is it computer games? Is it
anything from vintage to modern?
So is it one of these again where you can buy stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. You're going to spend a fortune. I'm going to be getting a text message with, when people, I've seen this a lot lately on social media. Somebody has a birthday and they take a photo of everything they've got and they post it on social media. This is you. You go to a toy fair far too often, and I get this photo from Matt, and I'm looking at it, and I've no idea what any of it is. That's the problem.
Because it's your fault. You said to me, as clear as day, Matt, you need to treat yourself. So I did. So I'm saying it's your fault because I'm treating myself. However, here's something I've been doing, actually, thinking about it. I've been out on Pokemon hunts, going out trying to find Pokemon cards, like sealed packs of Pokemon, because they're really hard to find at the minute as well.
But you're not into Pokemon.
I don't know. I like sealed cards and collector cards and things like that. So I've been getting some. So guys, if there's anyone out there who has managed in their local shops to find any sealed Pokemon, send them in. I'll put my. If you find any, I'll send the address over to my PO box, and you can send in some Pokemon for me. Like,
can you not just go and buy them from a shop anymore?
No, it's tough, and they limit them. So, like, if you go into a shop, so like I went into Smith's, and they had some packs in there, but you can only buy 5 packs.
Why?
5 packs per customer, because they're so popular at the moment that they're limiting them so that they can go round a bit. I
So have
can't
they
get hold of
gone full
anything.
circle, Matt? Have they gone from being really popular, not so popular, now really popular again?
There's more demand than there is supply, so that people are finding them hard to get hold of. So if you do see some cards in your local, guys, I'll find a way to put my PO box on here, and if you've got any, let us know in the comment section. We'll put it on here, and yeah.
Well, can I be really dumb and say I don't even know what they are? Is it? I mean, I've seen one. Don't get me. Is it like a Top Trumps Pokemon or not? Is it nothing like that?
I don't know the actual game. I just collect the cards.
Right. You don't actually know how you use them.
It's like I collect retro games. I've got a drawer full here of like vintage gaming and stuff. I don't mean I'm going to play it all. I mean, look, just right here in my office, I've got Wipeout on the Sega Saturn.
Oh, what a game! What I remember that, Matt, Wipeout. It was kind of like Defender on acid. Oh, brilliant!
Got a Nintendo 64 game.
South
Park. Yeah.
Have you got a Nintendo 64 to play it on?
I've got every console. Yeah, we've got some Mega
Right.
Drive. Like,
so can I see you in your new house when you finally move house with a gaming room?
Yes, I'm having a gaming room.
Is that going to happen? Oh,
got a couple of PlayStation 1 games there as well. So yeah, I'm having
just
a gaming room.
Just randomly in your studio drawer.
Yeah.
Are these the ones you've had delivered there so Jodie doesn't find out about them? Is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah. Well, she listens to the podcast, so she knows now. She knows.
This to the pod. This to the pod.
It's time for everybody's favourite segment, Matt, which is Rant of the Week. I don't think we can leave this out. I think people are loving your rants, and I've no doubt you've got one, and I've got one. So do you want to go first or second?
Mine come about driving. So what is it with people who I'm driving along on the motorway, right? And I look into the outside lane and I see, okay, there's a car, but it's a bit further back. That's fine. I check my mirror again. Yeah, he's fine where he is. I put on my indicator, and as I put my indicator on, that seems to be a signal to the other driver to accelerate. Why? Why the second I indicate to move out, do they accelerate? And they don't accelerate to the point they go past you. They accelerate to the point that they're just stopping you from coming out, and they just sit there for a bit. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, are you that bothered about being in front of me? And then they just slowly go past you, and then you can finally make your maneuver. It's crazy. It's annoying.
Once they pass you, they slow down to the speed you were driving at anyway.
And then then they pull in and you overtake them anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that? The other one is, here's a lesson for you guys. This, you may recognize this. This might be you or someone you know. If you're driving on the motorway, what lane do you think you should be in, Andy? If there's three lanes, inside there. So if there's three lanes, lane one. What if there's 4 lanes?
Lane 1.
Lane 1, exactly.
Yeah.
When should you be in lane 3?
When you're overtaking somebody in lane 2.
Or lane 1, correct.
Yeah.
So why on earth are these helmets sat in lane 3? I was driving home the other night and I was on lane 1. And I never moved out of lane 1. And I'm just undertaking car after car after car.
Yeah.
It was just sat in lane 3. And I'm like, why are you there? Why are you there? And I'm in lane 1. And I'm just like, see, do you want to get over, mate? No. You sit in lane 3. Why don't you?
I drove in America once, and I was told when I was there, and you get on they call them freeways, don't they? When you get on the like 5-6 lanes wide, that you just pick a lane and you stay in it. There's no overtaking, undertaking, whatever. Just pick a lane and stay in it, because it's very different out there. They're much bigger, not as much traffic, and they have a different way of doing things. But you're absolutely right. You know, it drives you insane, doesn't it? It's almost like the bigger our motorway is, the further right people will drive. You know, crazy.
Okay, the other one. I'm going to get the picture.
2 rants. You're having 2 rants this week.
Yeah. We've talked before, haven't we, about the tipping culture?
Oh, here we go.
I was sent a photo, which I sent to Andy.
Yes, you
did.
This
one here.
Yes, but yeah, you can see it. Yeah. Please tip your driver, it says.
Right, so this is a pizza box, and the pizza box says, "Please tip your driver. Any delivery charge is not a tip paid to your driver." So someone has ordered a pizza, they've paid a delivery charge, and then they're asked to tip on top of the delivery charge because the driver doesn't get paid the delivery charge. Why is this employer even allowed to function?
Yeah.
And why is it my problem that you're not paying your staff? You want me to pay the driver because in all of the process of me buying this pizza and paying the delivery charge, you've still not paid the guy who's bringing it me. Why is
And
that
not
now
only
my
that,
job?
how do you want to tip him? I've just used my card. I've just used my card to order my pizza. How do you want me to tip him? Has he got a card machine in his pocket?
I bet he does. I genuinely bet they do. It's getting that crazy. Like I said, WrestleMania this year, a guy literally passed me a program. He was stood on the counter and I went, 2 programs, please, mate. And he went, there you go. Would you like to do a tip? Would I like to do a tip for passing me a program? From there, I could have got it myself.
Yeah, you could. Oh, dear. Anyway, my rant of the week is related to something I do on a regular basis, which is buy coffee, as you well know. But it seems you can't just go in a coffee shop and buy a coffee anymore. That's not like if you do, you're not the normal person anymore. If you just go in and say, just get a cappuccino, mate. Because the person in front of you is going to want an iced coffee with caramel, whipped cream on top. Oh, can I have it oat milk instead of normal milk? And can you put some chocolate in and some marshmallows? And it now takes 18 minutes to make their bloody coffee. Well, all I want's a cappuccino. When did this become a thing? When you go in a coffee shop and you order some nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. It makes a milkshake look boring. Some of the stuff that you see all this stuff going in the cup, like, and then they've got to put it in there, get the coffee in, get some ice in, then tip it out. Honestly, I had one person in front of me in the queue, right? And it was a caramelized coffee, whipped latte, oat milk, something. I nearly swore then. Oh, anything else, sir? Oh, yes. My missus, she wants soya milk with something else, and a choca-mocha something. So now they've got to put chocolate in and coffee in. They've got to find the soya milk. They can't use the milk that they've just used. They've got to get some soya. One person, I waited 15 minutes before I could place my order. I'm like, this is a joke. Can I just get a coffee?
It's 2025. What do you tell me all the time? It's 2025. Oh, Matt, you're stuck in 1985. Andy, coffee's evolved. The coffee game is no longer, I'll just have a little spoon and Nescafe.
That's not coffee, what they're ordering. It's a flipping child's drink. That's what it is. It's not coffee. It's a nonsense. It's a nonsense. All these milks, well, they're not milk, are they? Would you like almond milk, soya milk, pineapple milk, coconut milk?
Do you know what I can't get my head around? Goat milk. How can you drink goat milk? Like, I just can't get my head around that.
Well, it comes out of a goat instead of a cow.
Do you drink goat milk?
Don't know. I mean, no, I don't buy it, but I mean, I might have had it somewhere. I don't know. I
can't be drinking no goat milk.
Oh, but honestly, please just let me order. Please, can the person in front of me just order a coffee? Like, just order a flat white or just a coffee, and then I can get served. Like, maybe 2 queues, one for the lunatics and one for people that have come to a coffee shop for coffee. Imagine that. Imagine you've come to a coffee shop, you just want a coffee.
The problem is you'd be in the other queue.
It's time for games and quizzes. And what that means is, because Andy's smiling, he's come up with one for Matt. But this is one that you can all play along at home, in the car, wherever you are listening to our podcast, wherever you are watching our podcast. You can do this in your head. You can do it on a piece of paper, because my question is, it's a timed question. Who can do it the quickest? So can anybody get the answer to this before Matt gives me the answer? Are you ready? How many numbers between 1 and 60 can you not hit with one dart? That's
so how many numbers between?
So how many numbers? So all the numbers from 1 to 60.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
How many of them can you not hit with a single dart?
Okay.
So I'll give you one. 59. You can't do
59,
you count.
58, 56,
No, don't say them out loud.
55, 53, 52, 49, 47, 46, 44, 43, 41, 39, 37, 35, 31, 29, these should all be doable. 23, 18.
So close, but incorrect.
It's 18. I've just counted them out.
The viewers and listeners will have spotted your mistake. You said one number that you can hit. So you were it's 17. 17 is the correct answer. If you watch this back, you'll see you said 39. And you can hit 39, obviously.
You didn't say 39, did I?
Yeah, you did. Unfortunately, you did. That's how you got to 18
Double
instead of 17. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the answer is 17. If you got that before, Matt, well done to you. And thankfully, he got it wrong. So finally, I've managed to get him on one. Please tell me you haven't prepared one for me this week. I don't want to show myself up again.
Is that it? Was that your quiz?
Yeah, no, that was it. Yeah.
One question.
1 and 60. Yeah,
literally, Andy said to me the other day, he goes, Matt, I've got you. You don't need to come up with your quiz this week. Got you covered. I've got one worked out. Yep. One question that takes this whole segment to about 2 minutes long.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Doesn't always have to be a long segment. No, you're not getting a chance to do one now. Oh, you've frozen. Right, perfect. Fine. You've frozen. No, no, you can't do one now because we're moving on.
Here we go. I'm doing one.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist. I knew if he got it wrong, he'd
That's too short, that is. That's too short.
You're going to come up with something now, aren't you? Ridiculous, just to try and show me up. That's what it is.
Okay, right. We're going to go through.
We're not doing Wiki Darts again.
No, we're not. We're going to go through. Right. So we're going to go higher or lower again.
No, we did that last week. Bored. Everybody's bored of that. We did it last week.
World Championship winners, right? Their averages. Is it higher or lower? So Dennis Priestley won the first ever World Darts Championship in 1994. Okay. The year after, Phil Taylor won it, 1995. Was his tournament? Was his final average higher or lower of Dennis Priestley in 1994?
Higher.
Nope, lower. Okay.
And the quiz ends there. That's it. You didn't make it. Play your cards right, higher or lower. You didn't get past the first card.
It's a 50-50 shot. You always get it wrong. Right, okay. The 1996 World Championship was won by Phil Taylor. Did he have a higher or lower average than the 1995 Phil Taylor?
See, that's just a silly question. I mean, that just is 50. Phil Taylor had the higher average.
Yeah, but was it 95 Phil Taylor or 96?
95.
No, 96.
So clearly, if there's a coin toss, Andy's got no chance. I mean, that literally was a coin toss, and I have got no chance, have I? I've got absolutely no chance. Right, we'll be back with a better quiz next week. As per usual, look, I've got sheets and sheets of paper because people have been sending us their comments, asking questions. They've been emailing us. We've got all sorts. Now, these are normally aimed at you, sometimes at both of us. Let's have a look. I'll just get stuck straight in. I'm not even going to read. And as you said to me, read it in full, Andy. Don't summarize. Okay. So this is from Bob Noonan. Why have they already done the draw for the WDF Men's World Championship before the PDC World Championship qualifiers have all been completed? I have read that certain players in the draw could miss Lakeside if they qualify for Ali Pali, as there are still World Championship qualifiers to take place. How do they fix the draw if players who qualified for Lakeside win their PDC qualifier and choose the PDC instead of the WDF?
I don't think you can ever really run your organization based on what other organizations are doing. And I think that's the answer there. You can't go, right, we're not going to run our organization just in case they do something different. Because then essentially you're underselling your main event of the year. Granted, the public may see it different, the players may see it different, but as the organization, you can't see it that way. So absolutely, you run it to the best of your organization. You don't you can't run it to suit other people and their calendars.
So they're all
the other
just
thing
saying,
is scheduling. The other thing is scheduling. So, for example, we know the World Championship qualifier is on Monday, and Lakeside starts the weekend of that. So you can't then go, right, we're going to give players their scheduling after the PDC's done their draw, so we know who's in it, because then what? That's not fair on your players in your organization. So I think that the thing you've got to remember is a lot of the time we consider things as a lineal sport line. We just look at everything as darts. And what we've got to remember is that's one organization that's responsible for their players and their organization. This is one organization that's responsible for that. This is another one. Because you see people go like, oh, why don't the top player in the ADC get a tour card? Why would they? It's nothing to do with the PDC. Why have we got this crossover of organizations all of a sudden? Someone's gone and paid their money to fund and support and be involved in that system. Why does that then unlock opportunities in another system and bypass the support of that system? So
that's very true. Yeah, you can't just go, oh, look, he's won that. He must be really good. Let's give him a tour card. Yeah, it's not relevant. It's a totally different system. So well explained there. And only you would know the answer to this next question. There's no way. This is a 50-50 question, so I've got no chance. Ivan's been on. He's a regular. We know that. And he's saying, keep up the good work. He has been spreading and promoting the podcast to the rest of his darts team and people that he knows. I hope other people are doing that as well. Thanks, Ivan. He wants to know, who decides who gets which table on stage? Is it decided with the bull up? The winner gets to choose, or is it already decided?
Yeah, it's all predetermined. So everything's organized. So like they'll come up, they'll go, yours, yeah. Like so when you are practicing, so let's say your second game on. The second the first game goes out, you'll be called to a board. So right, we need you to come to the end board here. Right, brilliant. Unwritten rule of the practice room, by the way, guys. When people are getting ready to do the bull up, everyone else stops because all the boards are on lanes. So, like the World Championship, there'll be a row of boards backstage. When the board official comes over to do the bull up, everyone will stop. They'll either stop and just stand at the table and wait, or they'll go sit down and come back up again. Unwritten rule of the practice room. No one carries on. Just to give the respect to the moment. So, the players
do they get a practice start before they bull up?
So you'll stand throwing, and while you're throwing, the board official will be like, right, guys, today you're going to be taking part in the World Championship. This is a best of 5 sets, first to 3 match. There'll be a comfort break after 1 and after 2. After that, you'll play through to a finish. Your table will be this one, yours will be that one. If you need anything provided backstage, let me know before you go out, because it needs to be organized and prepared to be there for you. And they'll go through this whole thing, and then they'll go, right, so-and-so is the highest ranked player, so he will walk out first. And as the highest ranked player, he will also throw first for the bullseye. Is there any questions? You go, no. They go, right, 9 darts from here, then it counts. So you'll throw 9 practice darts. And you'll be throwing the whole time while the board official's saying all this. Then you'll throw 9 practice darts, shake hands, throw the ball. That's done. Off we go. And you've got all the information you need. So they'll tell you that as part of that procedure. You're on that table, you're on that table. You're walking out first, you're walking out second.
Okay. Question from me. Can you choose to have a different drink than water?
No. It's provided for you. So you can't take your own up either. You have
can't
to
take a glass of milk. You can't have a cup of tea. It's water only, and
you can't provide your own water. It has to be provided for you.
by that'd be the sponsor. I guess they've got water sponsors, haven't they, now, because they're drinking out of cans and stuff. So,
and that's where when people
weird.
go, "Oh, he's slipped a cheeky vodka in his." I bet that's like nonsense. You don't even you don't see it.
No,
the only time you touch it is when you get to the table and it's there for you.
And it's
and
now
I tell you,
in
that used to be, which is great, because in the past, because it was so warm on there, they used to put ice in it, right, in the jug and the water. And what you used to get a lot of condensation on the side of it. And as a match went on and the ice melted, the condensation would come down, it would wet the table. Not only that, but you always used to have to be conscious if you was going to drink with your left hand, because if you picked it up with your right hand, you could get your hands would be wet. So I'm a big fan of the cans and bottles that people have now. It's so much better.
But you could knock it off the table like MVTG did against
Barney.
Yeah, knock the whole jug off against Barney. Yeah. Oh, very good. Good insight. Right. Charlie Gray's been on. I've got a question about the checkout 68. I'm having a lot of issues dragging low into the single 13 when I go for double 4. So instead, I've been going for treble 12 for double 16. I'd like to hear from Andy and Matt about treble 12 for double 16 for 68. Is this a good or bad thing? I've got no problem with it. If you hit the single, you can still leave a double, can't you?
On shots like 68, there's no benefit, or because it's still single, double, or treble to double. It doesn't change that. The issues are when you change the breakdown of what singles you need, or do you need an extra double, or do you need an extra treble? That's when it becomes an issue. But with this, there's no issue because it still keeps the maths the same. It's one single, or treble to double.
So the way that I think instantly about this, if a professional player is throwing out a treble, as in treble 20, what's the percentage they are likely to hit with 3 darts? It's not going to be 2, and I don't think it's going to be 1. Is it going to be in between? Or is it 1? Luke Littler. What's his percentage of hitting the treble
right
20?
At the very top?
Well, anybody you want from the top 10. Just a good player. What is their percentage of hitting the treble 20?
Luke Littler, 47.68%.
Right. So that's a perfect example. So his chance of hitting the treble 20 is less than 1 in 2. Therefore, if he is a double 16 player, he is better off going the 20 route, because then he can go 20 will leave 48. He can go 16, double 16. He's more likely to hit the single than the treble because it's less than 50%. If he goes treble 12, again, he's more likely to hit the single. That then leaves him 56. He can now no longer leave 32. So that, in my head, explains why the 32 players wouldn't go treble 12. If they hit it, happy days. But the chances are they're going to miss it, and now they've got to go for a different double.
A more realistic stat for you. Missions Mike Dedecker, World Grand Prix champion of 2024. Treble percentage hit rate 39.97, so under 40%.
Under 40%.
Yeah. Let's have a look at one more, shall we? Let's go Luke Humphries. See what Luke Humphries is, just out of interest. Treble hits 44%. What about Vessel Nyman? He's been a power scorer this year, hasn't he? Vessel Nyman, that'll be an interesting one. 39% again. So other than those top 2 in the world, we're looking 39%.
Yeah, which is nearer 1 in 3 than it is 1 in 2. So yeah, on 68, when an amateur is saying he goes 36 to go for 32, I'm sorry, mate, but you ain't going to hit the 36 enough times to leave you the 32. Therefore, you're going to end up leaving tops. So have a think about
don't support it too much, but it's
which is again what you always say about amateurs think that pros hit doubles 1 in 2. They don't. Even the best players in the world don't hit 1 in 2. But they always think that they do. Oh, they've had 1 match start. Oh, they've had 2 match starts. Yeah, and Sean Eccles has been on. Loves the podcast. And appreciates is that we recently read his comment about going price. This week, I have more of a personal question. I've got a decent throw after playing for 2 years, averaging about 35. I'm guessing that's in 3 darts, not in 1. But he can play up to a 50 at times. I struggle a little bit from 240 down to throw good darts because I know the counting at a good level and I let it get into my head. My question is, should I play my average and not worry about finishing until I'm further down, or should I carry on with trying to set up that perfect finish? And I think we know the answer to this. If his good game is a 50 average, he shouldn't be thinking about setting up from 240, Matt. Would that be right?
Yeah, I mean, if his aim is a 50 average, he scores that he's still on 190. He's not on a finish yet. So, yeah.
So don't be thinking, wait. I think wait until he's around the 100 or 110 mark to be thinking about setting it up. And this is where we always say one rule doesn't fit all. You know, we're doing videos about setting up games and the end of legs and how to do it. Set up legs based on your ability. You know, don't watch the pros at 303 start on the 19s and think, oh, that's the way I'm going to go. Because how many times are you going to hit 133?
I've got a great tip for you guys as well. The missus says this is the most bloke thing she's ever heard of and the most lazy thing she's ever heard of, right? So in my office, if my bin fills up, I've got to get my bag. I've got to go downstairs, outside, round the corner to the main skip to put it in there and then come back and fill it up. So what I've started doing now is when I finish with a can, I crush it with my foot so it's smaller so I can get more in the bin so I don't have to do as many trips. There you go.
Yeah, you couldn't really make that up. You couldn't really make that up. Oh, dear. Right.
Great tip.
Another great question here. Whilst watching Ricky Evans, no name on this one. Whilst watching Ricky Evans at the Grand Slam, we had a discussion at home. Does your dart have to land in the board before you throw your next one?
Yes, because you have to throw them one at a time. Yeah. So I can tell you a story, actually. There was a player. I'll leave the name out of it for these. So he got in a bit of a hump during a match on a pro tour, and he got in a hump because the marker put the wrong score up, and let's say it should have been 36, but he wrote 34. Player's gone up and gone 34. About 3 darts later, when the next leg had started as well, so the leg's already been marked off, he goes, that weren't right. That should have been 36. I'm just thinking about it now. He's took the wrong checkout out. So the leg's not over because he only scored 499. Called over the official, and the official's gone, no, we're going to honour that leg because we started the next one. You didn't contest it during the leg. He's hit what was on the board. That's fine for us. And he's gone, but he's only scored 499. He has done 501, so he hasn't won the leg. And then I think it was about 4-2 at the time. He was losing. And what he did, he just got all 3 darts and he just started throwing all 3 darts in the board. He goes, well, whatever. And he's throwing 3 darts in the board all at the same time. And every single time he did it, the marker just put no score, no score, no score. Because he goes, every dart needs to be delivered individual in a deliberate overarm fashion. So, it has to. You can't throw 2 at a time.
You can't throw 2 at a time, yeah. And yeah, the point that you're making there about the leg being over, there's plenty of examples on YouTube of when the markers got it wrong. You know, even the likes of Kirk, but they've all got it wrong at some point. And right, you've got 88 left, and the guy, you can see him scratching his head, thinking, I thought it was 80. But okay, I'll go with the 88. He checks out the 88. Yeah, you've won the leg, even though it really was 80. The fact that his last score had already been marked down wrong. The referees told him what he's got left, and that's all you can do. Referee's decision is final. Joe Wheeler has been on. Final question of the day with this actually relates to something that you've said earlier. Grand Slam is on at the moment. Well, it was. And he said his favourite Grand Slams were when the BDO guys got a crack at the PDC. Scott Waite's winning as a perfect example. I remember that. That was an epic final. Then he's kind of changed tack a little bit and said, my question is, do you think the PDC should award a Grand Slam of darts place to the highest ranked 16 or 70-year-old player on the JDC? Which is exactly what you said earlier. So let's change his question slightly, because you know that we're going to say no to that. So let's change his question. Could there be a place for an amateur to get in, or I don't know, somebody still from the WDF or the current WDF world champion, or do you think it's better the way it is now?
I'm always keen to experiment outside the pool of players. So, for example, the UK Open, right now, the qualifier is open to... So the UK Open amateur qualifiers this year was attended basically by Challenge Tour. It was basically a Challenge Tour extra day with maybe one or two different players in it. But it's just like an extension of the Challenge Tour. I would rather have it where we've got... If you go to Q School, you're not allowed to enter the UK Open qualifier. You've got your route by the Challenge Tour. That's your route to get into the thing. Or you can get a tour card. There's your route to get into the UK Open. Perfect. What I don't like is, or what I'd love to see is that now come out. So the amateur qualifiers are front. If you go to Q School, you're saying, I want to be a professional player. I'm to the standard of a professional player. That's what going to Q School essentially is in layman's terms. So by doing that, you can't enter the UK Open amateur qualifiers no more. They are for non-members, whether it's associate or full-time members. So I'd love to see that.
I've got one final question, and it's because you mentioned Q School. Am I right in thinking the entry fee's up to $1,000 or something this year?
No.
Did that never happen?
Rumor. No, it's just a rumor.
That was just a rumor. It's not really going to happen.
No.
Do you think there should be any form of limit on Q School, or when we get to the stage of 2,000 people entering, which is the way we're going, is that okay? Is it okay for people just to come for a weekend away? You know,
it's not a holiday.
Go to Q School. Yeah,
it's not a holiday. It shouldn't be a holiday. It's meant to
be.
So
how do we go about restricting that?
You can vet it. So I've mentioned this before. When I do coaching qualifications and badges, certainly with the FA, because everyone wants those qualifications and wants those badges, and they are so valuable that they can get away with doing this, and that's the way the tour card's going now. And so if I went to do like my UEFA B license, and I had my assessment, they would say to me, "Oh, I've certainly seen this happen to other people. I obviously passed mine, no problems, you know. But I've certainly seen this with other people, where they've gone to do their assessment and they've gone, right, you need more experience. To get to this level, you're missing this, this, and this. We suggest that you go and have 2 to 3 years experience. You cannot be reassessed for 3 years. So you can't go back and go, right, I want to do my B license again in 6 months and see if I get it. You've got to be away for 3 months, for 3 years or 2 years. I've seen some at 5 years. Where you can't resit it for 5 years, you're too far off the criteria.
What if you've been playing darts at home? Nobody knows who you are, or you've only ever played at home. Nobody's ever seen you play darts, but you're averaging 100.
Enter Q School, you've turned up. We see people average 30. You know, you've averaged 30, mate. You're too far off. You can't enter Q School for 3 years.
Right. Okay.
Oh, you've been on the Challenge Tour all year. You've not won a game. You've averaged 50 every single match. You can't enter Q School again next year. You need to go and learn. You need to develop.
And I think, it sounds harsh, but I think it's fair, because in most other professional sports, you do not have access to enter.
Darts for everybody exists. Darts at a professional level isn't for everybody. And we shouldn't have an open door policy to the very elite level of our sport. It should be protected.
Brilliant way to finish today's podcast, Matt. The hour's gone like that. It's been a pleasure as always. Please make sure you're following us and the main YouTube channel because there's some incredible content coming soon. We'd really appreciate you going and checking it out. We'll be back same time next week, same two faces with more banter. We'll see you then.